Fine. So in the last session, we completed up to cross-currency payments. Before we continue with this next topics, what we mentioned here, so we'll include one concept called as rapid implementation. So that if you come across case where instance get refreshed, you will be able to load the setups into application. Okay. So here we can take the concept called as rapid implementation. So it's all about loading the setup data through spreadsheet. We can specify the calendar related information, currency, chart of accounts information, private ledgers and LEs and business units. When you talk about chart of accounts, within the chart of account, what are the values we maintain under each segment or through value set, the company's departments account, all the information we can keep in the spreadsheet. That sheet we can load into the system. Based on the data which is available in the sheet, system will create the respective definitions. The same we call as rapid implementation. Simply we call as RI. Okay, RI. When I talk about this rapid implementation, so this rapid implementation is solution is available for which data that will anyway we'll see. Before we get into that, so what is the process we have to follow if you want to use this rapid implementation approach? Simply we call as RI. RI means rapid implementation. So first we have to download the templates. Okay, download RI templates and provide data. You have to provide the data depending on which template you are downloading. Relevant data you have to provide as per the templates how they already formatted as a data fields. We provide data into templates, then convert. Okay, convert templates. Okay, I will say create zip file. Okay, once you provide data into the template, you have to create that template into zip file. So system will take the data into that different formats and everything. It will take finally it will take into zip file, and that you can upload. Okay, file, nothing but zip file. Upload file into application instance. Okay, when you talk about provide data into template, just there will be a validation process generation that will say anyway. But these are the simple. Then you can finally after uploading you can find. Okay, find the data definitions in application. So upload the file into instance, then automatic system will create calendars, chart of accounts, primary ledger, LEs, business units and all. The same we can go and find it. Okay, now we'll see how just from where we can download the templates and how we can enter the data, how we can convert into zip file, and finally how to load the file into instance. After loading, we'll verify as we expect system is creating the specific definitions or not. Fine. So we are going to see the rapid implementation process. So to download the RI templates, just go to instance, and within the instance go to setup and maintenance. Go to task list, click on search. Okay, click on search. From here you can find the rapid implementation templates. Just search with the term called as rapid. Click on search. Okay, these are the different areas where you can use the rapid implementation approach. So within this, you can find many templates. These are the areas for different application wise and common definitions. Okay, when you are practicing, you can go through this list. Now we can go with this. Define common financial configuration for rapid implementation. Financial common configuration means chart of accounts, primary ledgers, and legal entities and business units. So click on this task list. This is the task list which consists of 15 tasks. Okay, task list name is define common financials configuration for rapid implementation. Click on this. So here we can see the different templates which are available as a common financial configuration. So now you can download this spreadsheet the, where you can enter chart of accounts, ledgers, legal entities, and business units information. Okay, just click on this task. It will download spreadsheet. Just click on open. Say okay. Just wait. Fine. This is a sheet. Now the first one is instructions. Okay, you can just go through this instruction before you work on it, but anyway we are going to see the process. You can just one time at least you can read from your end to understand this. Okay, how this rapid implementation spreadsheet works and what are the points we have to understand, that you can just go through this instruction sheet so you will get fair understanding about it. Now just move to the tab called as COA calendar and ledger tab. Here provide the name. Whatever the name you are going to give here, the same name system will take for your chart of accounts and calendar and ledger. Okay, so here we can give the name as Cloud RI. Okay, Cloud RI, Cloud Rapid Implementation. That means now system will create the chart of accounts, calendar and ledger with the same name. And currency field is optional. So based on the legal entity which you create in these sheets here, companies and legal entities. Okay, based on the legal entities, it will create the relevant ledger. Okay, so we don't need to give the currency. So you may have a scenario where you will be having multiple, you want to create multiple primary ledgers. So in that case, if you cannot specify multiple currencies here. So based on your legal entity only it will create. But in that scenario, chart of accounts, if you are going to use the common chart of accounts, in that case system can create multiple ledgers also. Okay, that point we'll discuss. Just once again we'll touch that. I'm selecting USD. Okay, if you don't give USD also, system will create the primary ledger with USD only. The reason we are going to give the legal entity which is belongs to USA. So depending on legal entities, system can create. Okay, it can create the primary ledgers definitions by using the same chart of accounts. Fine. And period frequency. The period frequency is required for calendar definition. Select period frequency, say monthly. Adjusting periods rule, say once at year end, and physical year start date to create the accounting calendar. See the format: month in 2 characters, date in 2 characters, year in 2 characters. So year in 4 characters, 4 digits, month. So physical year, what we need for USA is, accounting financial year. So 01 you specify month John, date first 01. So if you give 1 it will fail. It should be 01 because that's how they just written the formulas for this sheet. Okay, and year 2018. Done. So the same name it will take for these three definitions. Currency it will use in the ledger definition. The month once at year end adjusting physical. This information system will use only to create the accounting calendar. Fine. Now chart of accounts. So specify the segments here. Say segments are company or company segment label. You can say primary balancing segment, short prompt, company. Okay, the display width. Okay, it's not. It's basically it's not display width. It's so something like maximum size which will be specifying. Here I'll say 4 display width. I'll say 4 here, and company. Then we can go with the cost center segment. You may write as department or cost center. Department segment label for a department is cost center segment, and enter the short name. Display width for this segment is 4. Another one is account. For account, say natural account segment label. For this also you can give 4 or 5. This will give 4, and say project. So if you want to qualify with any label you can do it, or else you can ignore it. 4 and done. So in our chart of accounts we want to have 4 segments, and for which segment need to be mapped with which label also is specified. Now we need when 4 tabs within this spreadsheet to enter companies, departments and accounts and the project related information. So we know when you create the chart of account we have a rule condition. We should have minimum 2 segments. Those should be balancing under natural account, right? So balancing segment under natural account segments are mandatory when we design the chart of accounts. By following that condition, by default, Oracle is providing the 2 tabs, 2 sheets here. Okay, within this sheet 2 tabs here. Companies and legal entities. Here you can list out the companies which are related to your company segment. Okay, so and other one is accounts. Natural accounts also they given the tab. Companies and natural accounts they given for companies and accounts natural account. So we don't have any tabs for department and project. So what is the reason? Oracle cannot guess what segments clients will use, right? So that is the reason what they did is anyway 2 segments are mandatory. Those are company and balancing. Okay, company and account which are balancing under natural account segment. For those 2 they given the tabs. So here you can enter all your companies with a parent and child relation also. Up to this 9 levels the parent relation can be maintained. Child value, child will have a parent, parent will have grandparent. That's how you can create the relationship. Values you can enter, you can make that relation. The same way accounts also. You can provide accounts here. Okay. So financial sequence is a number generation that we'll discuss. So now we have only 2 tabs here, one for companies, other one for natural account. Okay, for department and project we don't have any sheets. So to generate those sheets you can click on add segment sheets. Okay, so once you click on add segment sheets, what system will do is System will go and verify for which segments balancing and natural account labels are selected. It will identify for company and account. Except these two segments, how many segments we have, for all those segments it will add the sheets here. That's how it works. It will ignore two segments which are mapped with a balancing and natural account. For rest of all segments, it will add the sheets. Now, if you click on add segment sheets, system will be adding two sheets here. Just click on add segment sheets. Add it. Project and department. Project and department. Let's take these into sequence. So drag and drop here. After companies, you need department. After natural accounts, okay, you need project. So company, department, natural account, project. Anyway, the sequence we have here already. The same sequence system will follow, but here the sheets also we are keeping in the sequence. Fine. So this is how we have to decide the number of segments, and we have to add the additional sheets for the segments which you are adding other than balancing and natural account. Fine, done. So now we can move to business units. Go to business units tab. Here you can specify how many business units you are going to have. Say cloud RI. So how we given the name? Cloud or all uppercase we given. Okay, no issues. Here we'll write like this. Cloud RI US business unit. And for that, which is a default legal entity, that we have to write here. Let's say we can write as Cloud RI USA legal entity. Done. So that's how you can list out a number of BUs, how many BUs you have, and associated legal entities also you can specify here. Done. Now go to the tab called as companies and legal entities. Companies and legal entities. Here you can create child and parent relationship. Up to 9 levels you can create the parent. So here what we can do is, I'll say parent 1, all companies. Let's say 9999, all companies. And here you can enter companies like 1000, Cloud RI financial services. Okay, and you can list out a number of companies. Say 2000, Cloud RI consulting services, company 3000, Cloud RI, so BPO services. So this is how just you have to add the values here. Okay, and here we have to specify legal entities for, save it. Here we have to provide the legal entity information. So whatever the information we provide, based on the system will create the legal entity. Fine. So here we given the name. In the business unit level we given the name. So we have to make sure that here whatever the name we give, the name will match the names which we are going to provide here. So instead of typing here, I'll copy and paste. With this name we need legal entity. That same legal entity we want to assign to this view. Okay, so we know like how we create the legal entity in the system. Same process we have to follow. Whatever the information we provide, same we have to provide. For this, identifier name and city, state, all the details we have to provide here. Okay, better we can go to the instance. We'll take the details from the instance only. Okay, we can go to search or we can do it from project. So go to legal addresses. So we have a task called as manage legal addresses, right? From the task only we created address for our LE. We are not going to create just to take the reference. Okay, we are going to this page. Fine. So here you may select postal code. Select any one of the value. Now from here we can take that reference. So city name. So here identifier, legal entity identifier you can give as cloud, some number. Country is United States. Address line, cloud RI address. So city name. Better before you take into the sheet, take into notepad and just copy paste here. And state name. Okay. Everything just instead of copying directly, take into notepad. Any formats system will remove. You take here. And county. This county name. And finally provide postal code. Fine. So and you can give the registration number, clouds, and whatever the registration number you have for the business that you can give. Reporting unit registration number. So we know like all this information you can get from the registration documents which will be provided by client. Done. So now for this company we specified which is the legal entity, and for company 2000 and 3000 also we have to specify. See now what will happen for this company when you just give this name, all the fields are open in white color. So if you are going to enter the same business unit for this, okay, company, what system will do? See here. So once you select, its system is grayed out all these fields. That means already for this